That's not bad for a first pull. I'd say that beat the Raptor.
By a little bit. 637 torque. All right.
That
I'm
works.
happy with that.
That's pretty good. What was everybody's guesses? I forgot.
I was 810.
I said 850.
Ty was like 790.
Didn't I say 850?
You were like 815 or something. Maybe you said 850.
I said 850, I think. We got a little excited. We gave you guys absolutely no lead up to this because it was just like, get the car on, get her dynoed, made some power. So Matt was able to get almost 850 the wheels without even seeing a dyno graph, which is pretty insane. So now leave it to Matt.
Yeah, so this is my 2020 GT500. We got some track modifications to the exhaust, JLT cold air, stock pulley. We're still in the stock pulley. I got fuel rails and injectors, ID 1300s. I got a VMP lid and a VMP, their Predator Race intercooler. So very minimal stuff, really. I mean, we're hitting just 12 pounds of boost. But again, fuel rails and injectors, the big thing is enabled me to run E85. So this car's on E85 right now. And prior to getting the dyno running, obviously, I just did a street tune on it and got it to this point. Now I think there's some more in it, doing some cam angle tuning, maybe some more timing. I'm super happy with what it's making right now, though. I mean, to be able to make mid-800s on stock boost levels.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so I'm going to, I think we're going to start, I'm going to smooth out the air fuel just a little bit, start there, and we'll do a couple more pulls doing that, and then I'm going to play with ignition timing, and then I might do some with the cam angles, the cam timing. Obviously, on these Coyote-based and Predator-based engines, these Ford dual overhead cam, the cam timing is adjustable with intake and exhaust independently. So lots to be gained. That's why these motors make such good output. The 4-valve head and having independently variable valve timing on all 4 cams allows us a huge power curve like that with such low boost. So I'm going to do some calibrating, and we'll make a couple more hits on it, and maybe we can be nice to make another 20 or something with a little bit of tweaking, but we'll see what we can do. Yeah, I'm pretty happy with it so far, though.
I think if you just rev it out, like, look at the power.
Oh yeah, it'll make another.
You're going to get another probably 15, 20 just by revving it out.
Yeah, it's starting to flatten over, but again, I think with cam angle, I can probably get a little more. So you can kind of see how it kind of flattens out and then jumps. That's where the cam timing is kind of starting to ramp. The intake cams are starting to retard a little more.
Yep.
So like right at 7, it kind of flattens, and then I have the intake cam. So I can smooth that out with more cam angle. And then, yeah, obviously ignition timing, I'm low 20s. I'm going to try a little more. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
I don't have first place anymore. My Zuma was first, then my Raptor was first, and now I'm going to have to work hard to beat this one. I got a trick up my sleeve, though.
A little longer than a few minutes later.
Crazy how it literally makes power right to the red line. It's consistent.
I smoothed out that little
ripple at the end.
Yeah, that's what I was after. Try a little more ignition timing at this point. I mean, it made 6 more horsepower.
But look, it's like smoother, isn't it?
Yeah, it just kind of flattened out here. So yeah, I liked having a little bit more. But
Kind of picked up even in the 5,000 RPM range.
yeah, this is what I was after, though. See how it kind of laid flat? And I was trying to just smooth it. I mean, I could try more, but because it was so close here, and I had another degree of retard, I don't think it's going to do anything any higher. I mean, if the thing's still making power, it's still climbing. I'm just scared to rev it to 85.
I'd say it's leveling off.
Well, the boost, like once you get it over 7,000, the boost just continues to climb. So it just like, obviously we probably hit the limit of the stock camshafts, is my guess. It's just, well, I mean, the
With that boost level.
VCT, yeah, I mean, these things have pretty big cams in them, but we picked up a little bit. I'm going to add a degree of ignition timing, but see what that does. And then, but I think we're pretty much there. So, yeah, I'll let it cool off a little bit.
And I guess I think it's probably important to talk about the fact that we built these. Our cars are 99% of the time on the road, like road racing and at like Road America
Yeah.
and Blackhawk. Like, yes, we could maybe get out a little more timing or anything, but these are made so we can go down this, you know, do 20-minute sessions at Road America.
Yeah, this is really what, ultimately what this package is right now, minus long tube headers, which we're just waiting for from the vendor, is a road raceable package. So stock pulley, so we're not pushing the boost beyond stock. Basically, we're keeping the heat low in the supercharger, and so it's repeatable around a road course. That's really what we're after.
And we saw like
So-
we have my car is set up the same way as Matt's, and we were at Blackhawk. His car with just E85, everything else the same, is literally 15 degrees less in temperature. I was at like 145 and he was like 130.
Yeah.
So I think E85 is definitely the answer for road racing too. But yeah, time will tell. We're going to Road America next Wednesday already. So we're going to do some long testing on that and see how these things run. But
Yeah.
we should be in the teens now finally. It's almost like a cheat code. We bring Matt on board, he just makes everything fast. But we'll see.
Yeah, so I think this package, this setup right here is going to be good for at least 175. It's going to be super hot next week, but
Yeah,
I think we'll still be in the mid 170s for straightaway speeds
100%.
on these cars, which is extremely fast for America. So
Yeah, and keep in mind, I'm doing 220. Everybody that's watched the channel, I'm like at 221, and I'm hitting like 163. So if I get another 10 miles an hour there, and that's another 10 miles an hour into 5, and another 10 into, I mean, that's gonna be a huge difference. So make sure you watch those videos so you can see what we're making, what we're doing for time, because I would hope to see both these cars in the teens. So we'll see how it goes.
yeah, so we're going to do a couple more tweaks on the calibration and see if we can sneak a couple more horsepower out of it. I think it's pretty much there for what this is right now, but yeah, I'm pretty happy with it where it's at right now.
Oh man, look at that in the horizon.
Oh,
Oh, ho, ho. You see it? Getting ready.
it's getting ready. It's getting prepped.
That's the next episode is that one. My baby. This is Matt's baby, and then we get to play with mine.
I know, I'm spoiled. I get up here first.
Yeah. You can see the roller marks on the tires.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, that's the other thing too that we have to keep in mind. Slicks dyno less than regular tires.
I'm gonna put street tires on just to beat Matt.
You're gonna have to, yeah. You're gonna want to do that.
I'm gonna put Freddie Flintstone tires on. It's gonna be metal to metal. Get a little more torque down low.
Well, I mean, it's pretty much there. I mean,
Yeah.
once we get to this point where we're gaining like 3 horsepower, it's not really worth
Then you
pushing.
back off and call
yeah,
it a day.
it's really not worth pushing it harder than that.
You know.
So there's the very first run. So obviously, like my tuning changes, with just some tuning changes on the dyno. So I did obviously have a street tune on this, but so there we picked up 10, 6. So I mean, I picked up a decent amount up top here, and then I picked up some down here at the bottom also. So there's almost, there's 12. So this is kind of the power of a dyno over a street tune. I mean, I've been tuning cars for 20 years, so my street tunes, I can get them really close. But without the dyno, you want to make those little fine tuning changes. Obviously, this is kind of the case for that. So, and obviously the big thing with the dyno too is when we make changes, like we add a part, like once I put headers on this thing, we'll be able to take these graphs. These are always saved in the computer here, and Once I put long tube headers on it, we know we're going to get a gain from long tube headers, and we'll be able to see the gains laid over these graphs, based, and then dyno with long tube headers will be able to see what the gains are. So yeah, this is, I think I'm going to call it for now for this setup on my car. So we can now take this data, obviously, and apply it to other cars with the same modification. So Chuck's green car will be up next, and he's got basically the same thing I do, exact same. We're going to start Chuck's car in a race gas tune like it's been for road racing. He's got 102 octane unleaded in it, and we're going to put it on the dyno just like that, do some baseline pulls like that. Then we're going to put E85 in it, and we're going to see the gains on E85. I expect to see between 10 and 20 horsepower over the race gas. So my guess, he'll probably be in the 820 range as it sits, and we'll be able to work it up to where this is at, because again, he's the same setup. So, and then obviously we can apply this to our other road race customers. And for road racing, I think this is a super powerful car for road racing. At Road America, we're talking on a cool day at Road America, we're talking 180 miles an hour in the straightaways, so with power like this. But these 500s have, with the bigger lid and the bigger cooling brick on the supercharger, we can keep them cool, even on hot days. So again, when we run stock boost, we're not pushing stuff too hard or overly hard for road racing, and this is the perfect setup for that. Obviously, the additional long tube headers will make things even more efficient. You increase the exhaust flow, and it's gonna make the engine run even more efficient. So obviously that'll kind of be the final piece of the puzzle when it comes to this road race package that we're developing. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm super happy with this number, just shy of 850 at the wheels. I could obviously rev it out higher, but again, road racing, I'm shifting it sub 8,000 just for wear and tear in the transmission and engine oil and all the cooling systems. It's got plenty of power. You can see how much it's peaking torque down at 5,000 RPM. So if we're shifting it, between, when we're shifting, the thing's falling back to about 5,000. So we're gonna shift them at like 76, 77 on a road course. You got this big wide power band. It's more than enough. The car will run cool. Tons of power out of the corners, tons of speed down the straightaways. And yeah, for right now, I think we're good. We're gonna take what we learned here and apply it to some of the other customer cars as well as Chuck's green car. And we're hitting the track Wednesday, and we should hopefully see some fast times.
Well, we made 850 horsepower, pretty much.
Just about.
Just about. But I wanted to explain kind of like where we're going with this, because this new dyno, we got everything set up. The way we're going to do it is we're not going to do mail order tunes. So like if someone's looking for some device in the mail, it's going to magically work specifically for their car. I know you can do some like road pulls, but we're only going to do dyno tuning. So if you want your car done by us, every car is different. I guarantee you we put my car on tomorrow, it's going to be completely different. We're going to specifically tune them to the car. So we are going to have, we'll have services. We can actually do transportation here and stuff like that. But if you're interested in any of that stuff, just reach out to us. All of our contact information is on middletonmotorsports.com. You can get a hold of us, and we can, Matt can tune your car and get things dialed in. So only other thing for you guys to do is hit that like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to keep watching more videos like this, this is just the starting point. This is day one, the dyno running. We already did a Raptor, a Zuma. Zuma's pretty cool, so watch that. And a GT500. Tomorrow we're going to have my green car on here. And we got Todd's car. It's just, there's going to be tons of content, so make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode.